Welcome to episode 11 of the Incompass podcast. I'm your host, Elijah. I'm joined by Ben and Ivan appearing out of nowhere.
The purple haze, Ivan has appeared.
That's so awesome. We're going to be talking about Infinity today
Woo.
because there's a challenge coming up. But before we get into that, one of us had a set champ this weekend. So why don't we pass it over to you, Ivan? How'd that set champ go?
Well, I did really well. Last week's podcast, really revealed the secrets of how to win a set champs.
Yeah.
So, for those who paid attention, I basically followed our own advice.
Right. You internalized everything I said to you, and then you took
Yes.
it.
And so, briefly, this was the Gather in Game set champs. Notoriously small. So it's like a nice 10-person set champs, which makes it kind of cutthroat at the same time because you're going to face the people that you know, and there's very little room for error at all. So I made a meta call on this one where I made an anti-aggro, anti-dog deck, Ruby Amethyst, that can combo on its own. So I had Scrooge as the main center point of the deck. The little spice in there was Madame Medusa. I think that's her name, right?
Yep.
The deal 2 damage, bounce a 2-cost card.
Yep.
So that doubles as a way to deal damage to Scrooge once he's a 6/6, and then bounce him back to hand, and you get all the cards from under him. But also doubles as a turn 3 bounce Grandmother Willow.
Just something
Date,
of theirs.
Yeah, something. So it breaks up the tempo. That along with Tigger, Elsa, and just regular Ruby nonsense. I did end up going against Sarah on aggro with Amber Steel, a local player on tempo, Marty on dogs, and Scott on like a green purple tempo. So like I basically made the decision I'm going to take my blue losses because if I go against blue I lose, but anything else I have a pretty good shot. And it ended up working out. Went undefeated for the day. Got the win, got the dub. Sarah got the mat just because again I had no
You
interest
don't
in the
like
mat.
the mat?
It's not that I don't like it. I already have a mat.
He has his mat,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's just a trash mat.
Porky. But yeah, made the meta call, worked out perfectly, all according to plan, never a doubt.
Yeah. Hey, you listened to the last podcast.
I
You were the
listened to the last. Yeah, I was the first listener. Exactly. So for those paying attention, these podcasts are the way to victory. Just saying.
We help you win. I feel like I said that a
You-
while ago. That
Yeah.
we know everything. So
Yeah, I mean, if you don't listen to us, it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, 100% success rate.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just saying. Stats don't lie.
And we have another one
So
this
yeah,
weekend.
that was my week. Yeah, another one this weekend. This weekend is Pallet Town.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, do you plan on going to that one?
First one back, baby.
Yes,
The
sir.
last set champ I won in Buffalo was at Pallet Town, and I'm coming back to win it again.
All right, well...
Although I still do need 3 cards for my deck, so I might need to borrow those from people.
Well, if you don't win, we're not going to have you on next episode.
Yeah,
that would be embarrassing for us.
Actually, just kick me off. It really doesn't make sense for me to be on anymore.
You can't be on the team.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did you listen to last week's podcast?
Of course I did. I listened to all the podcasts.
Well,
he should be fine.
Right.
Should be fine.
Unless I win. Or Marty
I mean,
wins. Or...
a little hint. I might be playing the same color pairing as Ivan did, so who knows?
Dog, this is going to get posted before the set champ.
I don't care. They need all the help they can get.
He's calling us shots.
Oh my God.
I'm calling my shots. I'll
All the
take
way to the
anybody.
top, baby.
So, did you do anything else Lorcana wise this weekend or this week in general, or have you just been busy? Because
You talking to me?
yeah, you're talking
I
to
just
me.
played test. I played tested a couple games online. I mean, as people may or may not know, I had a huge move this week across the country from Atlanta back to Buffalo. So not a lot of time for physical Lorcana, but online Lorcana there was time. So I squeezed in a couple games because I was like, I do need to practice before set champs because if I don't, I'm gonna go in extremely rusty and people are gonna smack me around. So
Well, that's probably gonna happen anyway.
yeah, probably. So
Oh
Uh,
shoot, I had something funny I was gonna say, but I completely forgot. So we'll just move
That's
into my
okay.
week.
Just edit it in. When you remember it,
yeah,
just
I'll
edit
edit
it
it
in.
in
it's
post.
just a clip of Elijah by himself.
Yeah, like so. This is the funny thing that I was gonna say. So I feel like I didn't do anything that exciting this week. I played Purple Steel at Palette, maybe. I don't remember. But then I took Ivan's Blue Green yesterday and played it and went 2-1. I only lost to Marty just because I felt super unfamiliar with that matchup, I think, and I probably could have gotten extra edges somewhere. Some of my hands were rough, but whatever. I did get a ticket for Indy, so I'm thinking about refunding it, but we'll see. But I guess we'll get into
Infinity
that a little
grind
bit.
starts now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my ticket and I ain't refunded nothing. I'm
Alright.
going, baby.
Yeah, this is Ivan's. I'm calling it now. This is Ivan's ticket to the Nationals. I'm calling it.
If you win
Oh.
the whole thing, do you get instant worlds?
Yes.
So yeah, Ivan's going to worlds.
Oh my god.
And if you don't make it,
You heard it here
Wait,
first.
when is that?
Airfoil
When is
to the
that
top,
DLC?
baby.
Is that DLC in June?
June.
Yeah. So if you win that, you'll get the full foil set of Wilds Unknown,
Wow.
which is all the Pixar stuff, which is pretty sick.
Well, if you don't win,
And then if you don't win, just don't come back on the pod.
yeah, you can't come back on the pod.
Reasonable.
That's why I'm not going, because I don't want to risk it.
Right.
All or nothing, baby.
So we will talk about Infinity, but that was probably like the
Yeah.
most exciting, interesting thing that happened to me, Lorcana wise. Even though I don't know how I feel about it. But before we get into talking about Infinity, we had a question of the episode from Marty. So W question of the episode. If you want your question read out on the podcast, please leave it in the comments below. And we will gladly read it. But Marty asks, what is one thing you hope each color gets in the upcoming set? So, can we do this alphabetical? I don't know the alphabet. So, Amber, Amethyst. Okay, we'll start with purple. What do you guys think you want purple to get in the next set? Anything?
I mean, purple has draw, right? So like I'm okay. I don't want more draw. I think it would be cool to go back to the whole like bounce package. Not necessarily as good as it was, but like I just liked that, moving things around on the board and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was cool for Amethyst. Because it had that like magic-y, wizardy feel back then. And I feel like they kind of just like that identity just disappeared when the rotation happened. But I enjoyed that. I thought, even though I hated playing against it sometimes, I just thought it was a really cool mechanic that you don't really see often in games.
Yeah, I mean, I think purple mirrors are super interesting with the bounce package too. So
Yeah.
I think like if you print cards that don't say when it is played and when it leaves play, you maybe just do like when it leaves play.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because then you can use the ticker and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just something.
I think that would be cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like the utility of the bounce package. Ivan, do you have any idea of what you would want?
Something random like more cards that make your opponent draw cards.
I was gonna say actually, cards that make your opponent choose, like Hades. I think Hades is a super interesting card, and I like that kind of game mechanic.
Whether put it on the bottom or draw to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that's cool.
I think Do You Want to Build a Snowman isn't good enough, but I like that they tried it again. So I would like to see more of that.
That'd be
You know,
cool.
it'd be interesting. A card that says name a card, play it from the bottom of your deck. Like
Oh,
if it's that
Oh,
card.
so like if you were to put something on there and they had an ability on that turn after you put it under there, you could be like, oh, it's blah blah blah.
or
And
like
then you
off
could like,
of develop or something.
yeah.
Like something that plays cards from the bottom of your deck. That'd be kind of a fun
Yeah,
little
because so often in this game
twist.
you're putting stuff on the bottom.
True.
Yeah.
Then they're under the sea matters how they put it under.
How they exactly.
Hmm.
That could be cool.
That could be cool. I like that.
Hire me.
All right. What about Amber?
Um
I
I think we need to lean more into the like healing and drawing thing in Amber. I really like that mechanic. I know we
Yeah,
just
that's
have the
already
one
done.
action. Yeah, we just have the one action though. I liked it like when we had it on characters as well.
maybe just more healing benefit. Because there's
Yeah,
like
or yeah,
speed
you don't.
up.
It doesn't have to be draw necessarily. It could be, heal up to 3 damage, gain a lore each way for each damage you healed,
I like that. Yeah,
something like that.
just something. But I
I think I
Or
don't
like
like
that
that they got
idea
away
with
from it.
yeah. I wouldn't mind combining an effect. Like heal X amount, and depending on how much you heal, you get X effect.
Oh, I
Like
have
Yeah.
it. I
heal
have it.
4, banish
heal
a character
4,
with 4 or
gain
less.
4 attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
something
what
like that.
that's what I was gonna say. You heal X up to a certain number. This is too complicated for this game probably, but then you may banish a character with X strength or less.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's
that's what I just said.
complicated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that would be like really
Yeah.
cool if it
I
was like
think
module like that.
yeah.
Or even heal, or because we don't use heal, it's remove damage counters. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
remove damage counters from target character. That character gains that amount of strength.
Well, like Penny with her resist, but like modular depending on how much heal.
Maybe.
I like
But
it.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was like heal, gain an effect
Yeah.
of some variety.
Based on
Yeah.
how much you healed or like
Not
Yeah.
drawing.
yeah, that's
But
not
like cap it. Don't make it like
Right.
Ohana where it's unlimited.
Well, in theory,
No.
it's capped by the amount of willpower they have.
And I guess it's dependent. It's just for the turn, right? So like
Probably.
just for the turn they get this much extra willpower or this much extra
Or
attack.
when you heal a boosted character, put that many cards under
That
them.
many cards under. That could be cool.
That'd be pretty great. That'd be pretty broken.
I feel like you'd
Yeah.
really have to build around it, but that would be kind of sick. Like Bambi with that card. That would be pretty cool.
Repeat.
Or Pete, that would be cool. That's what I'm saying. That's such a cool card design, actually. Dev team, take us. Okay, Emerald. Oh, I have what I need. Prince John, but not the same thing. Just the idea of Prince John. I need a benefit from making my opponent discard cards. Besides them,
So
just
like the
losing
same thing
cards.
as Amber, instead of removing damage, it's when your opponent loses a card, you get whatever.
You get something, a benefit.
You could do that with boost. Put a card under a boost character every time your opponent discards a card.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good thought, actually. Just something. I feel like there's not enough benefit. And, I mean, the green decks are just struggling with card draw, unless it's
Yeah.
blue-green.
With purple.
Unless it's blue-green. Okay? Unless they're playing Clarabelle, but Clarabelle rotates soon, right? So they need some identity after that, I guess.
Yeah.
Any other green card? Emerald card?
I wouldn't mind seeing more things like Trinabog. You know,
True, that card is cool.
shuffle something and then they get something back from their discard pile.
Yeah.
True. What else do we have? Sapphire. Nothing? Next?
I kind of want Sapphire to get more bodyguard
more-
stuff.
Oh, I was gonna
Bodyguard?
say more items.
Yeah.
More
Might
item
have
synergy. I don't think Sapphire has bodyguard.
Oh, then never mind then.
Steel is bodyguard.
Steel
and
Amber?
Amber? Yeah.
Amber. Yeah, you're right.
And
Lady
So
another
more
color.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sapphire's
was thinking the
weird.
wrong colors.
I don't know.
I feel like we
I
don't have a
do.
true item deck or color.
Anymore. Yeah, like that
So
Bell
like
sees
just
no
make it
play
Sapphire.
anymore.
Like just yeah.
I feel like there's just enough items that you can make an item deck. Like there's one that's banish an item, deal 5 damage, banish an
Yeah.
item, do this or that.
Yeah.
We just need more, I guess, beneficial
Oh, so you probably just
items.
bring back Hiram, right?
No, just items.
Yeah. We just need more and you don't have to make them like crazy. Like
Well,
just make a couple 1 and 2 drop items that don't necessarily do anything insane. Like you
yeah,
don't
I
need to
mean, we
do
do
another
need like
popsicle.
strong cards because otherwise they'll just strong cards like within the synergy because otherwise they'll just slot into the normal decks. But yeah, I
But
would
I
like to
guess
see more item stuff.
with Hiram gone, do you just bring back popsicle? I mean, popsicle? Like what item recursion and item removal is there?
It's just the fact that Bell exists, right? So you can play Bell on.
What set did Bell come out though? Isn't she about to rotate?
Well, sure, but we would still have to deal with this for a set.
Yeah.
But am I completely opposed to bringing Popsicle back? No.
Or just make it uninkable.
Make it uninkable and not have the heal, and it's still a good card.
Yeah, I mean
It
it's
costs
not
2 more.
well,
But
don't
wait,
we have giant popsicle? Isn't that a card?
that still draws card.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it a 2 cost?
No, we need a 1 cost that replaces itself, probably.
Or just make it a 1 cost item that's vanilla.
Does nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it just has like a tag on it that could be relevant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Item something.
Yeah,
what
I think
else?
items.
Yeah,
would be good
items.
for Sapphire.
Ruby.
Ruby, my sweet, sweet Ruby.
Yeah, Ivan, you're the real expert on this. You want Ruby to be good so bad. What does it need?
I don't want to choose something for Ruby because I'll just make it OP. Like,
I think
I
Ruby
would be
needs more
greedy.
removal.
I want more Tremaine effects.
Ruby needs to go back to that removal identity. Brawl, Tremaine, Medusa, Sisu.
I want something in Ruby that when a character gets banished, you can play an action from your hand.
Ooh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you were right. I think you're
Because
making
all
it
those,
broken.
well, all those cards that are like 7 cost, banish a card, do something. 7 cost, banish a card, do something. They just take too long and do too little. But if you gave something where you can actually play those, and like if it like banish a character, play a 7 cost action from your hand, like something very specific like that.
That would be very overpowering.
Yeah, I think that's a little too
I feel
broken.
like that would be conditional.
Or you could make it a 7 cost, and it's like when you play this character, banish an opposing character and play an action for whatever their cost
was, or whatever
Yeah.
their strength was, depending on what's more balanced.
Yeah.
I was thinking my
Banish a Chernobog, play something for 10.
my favorite Ruby card that came out this set. It doesn't see play at all, but it's that Goofy that it comes into play and it's a 3-drop, but you tap it, banish something else. I feel like that probably creates an interesting dynamic, but it's
Well, it was
not
like
good
that
enough.
It was like that Prince Eric, right? When he's banish the character that
Yeah,
it's like something like that.
something.
Oh yeah,
or
that'd be
removal.
fun.
I just think, yeah, I think it needs to go back to that removal, like in so many different ways. Like, I mean, it wasn't a direct removal, but that Scar, when you would like banish something, ready him, it was like you could remove the whole board.
Yeah,
or,
I like
you
that.
know,
That even just like something like that card coming back would be good.
yeah.
Return a card from your inkwell back to your hand to banish a character.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Unramp yourself?
Yeah. Would you make that an on play only effect, or would you make that an effect that could be done every turn?
Probably on play. I don't know. These are just conceptual.
Yeah, because I feel like an every turn effect that could be kind of crazy.
Well, remember, everything we say is like fact and
Because you
We
imagine that
know.
in red blue and you just ramp up really high and then you're like remove, 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 remove.
Just go. You just start losing ink, but it only brings you down to like 10, and you're like, I'm okay
Right.
with this.
Yeah.
I like how you didn't necessarily, or you thought my card idea was OP, but there's a card right now that exists that says, while this card is exhausted, banish one of your other cards, draw cards equal to its attack, and then discard 2 cards.
Wait, that was too many words. See, the thing
That
you
was
said was
Scar.
simple. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I guess that Scar does do that.
In a void, Scar would be OP, but it's not. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I want something like
okay,
that, but for Ruby,
But better.
but slightly better.
but
Yeah.
better. Steel? I think Steel's the last one. Oh, this is like my thing.
Yeah.
I want more King synergy.
Get out of here. Nobody's playing King Sensor Core
King
ever.
Sensor Core.
Fine. Then bodyguards.
I need more bodyguard effects with the bodyguard. So like how we have Bagheera, when he gets banished, he does something. Big Mickey, when he gets banished, he does something.
So on banish.
Unbanish bodyguard effects.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what
But not gaining
mechanics I
lore.
really like.
Or like make a crazy big card, and when he's banished, ready all your ink.
We need another grab your sword.
I'd be okay with that.
Honestly, 8 cost. Wait, no, this just sounds like
We have
Mob
that.
Song.
That's Bagheera.
Yeah.
No, but it's not like
Bagheera's-
a song. I can't shift my Ana when I remove a card from my discard, sing grab your sword, and win against aggro.
What about a stronger Tinkerbell?
That's
When
why
on
that was my
play-
thought. Like something that does this kind of thing. I also like the part of Tinkerbell when it banishes a character, deal 2 damage to something else. So like that kind of mechanic.
Yeah.
I like those kind of board interaction mechanics. So something like that. Ultimately, I think I want Duel Link cards back, and we can't go through all of those because that would be
Bring
way
back
too
Duel
many.
Link cards, make them very specific to those colors, but make them good.
Very
like,
good, yes.
Yeah.
Because
like Into the Unknown.
Yeah.
but like most of them like that, not these 3
Yeah.
cards that C play, not like Into the
Not
Unknown,
Rafiki.
Cobra,
Yours, Mufasa, Purple Steel.
the weird one, the like super expensive one that does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you want them more Into the Unknown, less Mufasa.
Yes,
Yeah.
like strong. These cards should
Less
be strong.
the Queen, green red.
Yes, less.
Yeah, like
Kronk.
make a blue steel item that's like tap this item, deal 1 damage to all characters.
What the? That'd be cool. But what the?
It would be cool. But
I'd
you're
rather
right,
that be a
very
green red
specific.
card.
And
It's got to be specific. So like an amber steel card that's like remove all damage from this character and give them the bodyguard ability. And then they're a bodyguard now.
don't we have that? Am I stupid? I feel like that's the song. And draw that many cards, and then you can.
Oh, okay.
And remove all characters with attack less than how much damage you.
And win the game.
And then make like a Ruby Amethyst one that's like
Board wipe, draw 10 cards.
banish chosen character, draw as many cards as attack they had.
Well,
I want green red.
Green
be good.
red.
They can just print a draw engine as a dual ink green red card. And then I think so many people would be happy.
It's one of the last color combos that hasn't quite made it.
That and red steel.
Oh, make a green red one.
That's true.
Deal 1 damage to all characters. Any characters with 2 damage or more get banished. Bam.
I would argue that red steel is closer than green red, though.
I would agree
Yeah,
with that.
I would agree. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Marty, hopefully that answers your question.
Those are the things I would like to see.
So yeah, in conclusion, what we said.
Yeah.
But we're gonna move on to the main topic. So Ivan and I
Okay.
got tickets for Indy.
Yeah.
So now we actually have to think about this format, and I was not planning on thinking about this format at all. And then I
2 months away.
instinctively
Oh,
bought this ticket. Uh, so
Let me ask y'all this before we get into
Yeah.
it. How was the ticket purchasing process for this DLC compared to the other ones?
oh,
Because we went to
that's
Toronto and we went to Richmond.
right, and those were like sold
How
out
was
immediately.
the ticket purchasing experience on this versus those?
Ivan, why don't you go first?
Nani? Honestly, it was easy.
Yeah.
Were you
I just logged in, hit refresh, and got a ticket. Now that I know that it's through Eventbrite, and now that I know that you just have to refresh the page and just keep trying that way, like now I know how to get a ticket, I guess.
okay? So you were there right on time.
Yep.
Where'd he go?
He was there and now he's not.
I was working, I think. And I
Yeah.
saw the text and I got in my car and it was 12:40 and the tickets went out at 12. And I saw the text that I haven't got one, asked if anybody else was going. There was no response. I went and I looked and a ticket was there and I just bought it. And I just said, I'll think about it later. And I don't know if I got lucky that they just happened to
You
be
must have
there.
just hit one of those like refresh
Like,
points where
yeah,
someone like let go of a ticket.
maybe it's just meant to be.
Probably.
Like, I'm
Because
just
I definitely
supposed to be
hit the
there.
wait list button and then got a ticket.
I
Interesting.
want to say it was 10 minutes after they went live is when they sold, like when they first said they were sold out.
And I was
Yeah.
40 minutes late.
Yeah. So this was definitely a lot more lax of an event to get into than the other ones.
Well, I think that's probably because of the format.
Yeah. For sure.
Um,
That's why I asked.
I
how it
almost
felt.
guarantee we're going to go there and there's going to be a whole bunch of people there, just as many as any other DLC.
Oh, I mean, it's sold out like the other one. Like, it's going to be.
I guarantee that the testing that you put into this format will take you further than it would in other events. If you know what I mean.
This format is wide open.
I was about to say, I think it's going to be significantly harder to test for this format.
I think it's going to be harder to test. So the more testing you do, the like way bigger gap there will be between you and the people that have barely tested the format or
Yeah.
just want to play their favorite deck. Like, I feel like maybe if you've tested and you just know everything that there is to know, like if we take the next 2 months and really prep for this, like we should have a very good edge over a lot of other
Yeah.
people. Is my thought. Is my initial thing, but then there's always the thing with the Eternal format where maybe somebody just finds something broken and they keep it hidden and everybody at the event just gets smoked by it anyway.
Well, luckily, I
Mind
think
you, there's an event in Canada
that's what I was
that I'm
just
going to
about
be
say.
going to as well. There's a CCQ,
Yeah.
where if
It's
I
in
win that, then
May,
I won't have to
right?
worry about, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. May
When is that?
30.
Is it
May
May
30th.
30th?
So I think it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks before
Yeah.
Indy.
That's going to be a pretty big event because that's
Like the
it's
first,
going to
the
be
testing
yeah.
ground for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2
Dang
weeks
it. Am I gonna have
between
to
that
go to
event and Indy.
And I think a lot of people are probably going to go to that to get ready for Indy.
And it's a CCQ.
There's
Just
a
like
lot of hype. Yeah.
that's a good point. Shoot.
When I win that one, the pressure will be off to win the
True.
other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'll think
the
about
pressure's
that.
still on to go straight to Worlds
Right. You could just skip everything.
Yeah, that's true.
and not have to worry
Alright.
about going to Nationals.
I'll worry about
Ivan, I'm
both,
telling
I
you this
guess.
right now. I'm telling you this right now. If you make it to Worlds, me and my family will be traveling down to watch you compete.
I'll be traveling in your suitcase, but you already know that.
Yeah. Elijah will be your +1.
Awesome. I don't bring suitcases.
I'll hop in your Snuggie or whatever.
It's just me and a bag filled with underwear.
And me.
That's all you need.
Wait, I don't think I wait.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Wait. Pause.
Hmm, editor.
No, we're leaving that in.
Yeah, I think that CCQ is going to be insane. I think a lot of people. I mean, you already know the Toronto crew's like great as it is. So
Yep.
the fact that it's
Understand.
going to be a CCQ is going to bring way more people than like a normal event they would hold. So
I want to see the spice. I want to see the stats. I want to see everything from that day.
Ooh. Speaking of, before you really get into everything, I wish we saw stats for set champs. I wish we saw like the percentages of like what decks won. I just think it would be an interesting statistic. Anyway, side thing. Back to Infinity. We got a ban. None of us have played this format, but we got a ban, and we haven't talked about it on the pod yet. But they banned our boy Hiram Flaversham.
R.I.P.
I'm so happy.
The OG.
It makes a lot of sense.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Hiram getting banned, I'm okay with in the grand scheme of things, but there are other cards I feel should get the treatment as well.
Prince John.
Yeah. Prince John or Muses.
No, dude, I'm playing...
In my opinion.
Dude, stop. I'm
Muses
playing
is
Green
fine.
Steel. Stop. Stop.
But he's like, I'm building my green yellow
Dude, I
deck
literally
right
just
now.
put this together,
Stop.
dude. You need to chill out.
But no, I think you can't just go into it blind. I know there's been a couple of Infinity things beforehand before they made this decision. I don't think anything large enough for them to warrant this decision. But for them to only do Hiram is like, I don't like that. So
it's sad because I think it is the stats from the side events from DLCs, and
right,
because
that's what I'm
Hiram
saying.
overtook any other decks by a massive amount of percentage.
And like
that they were like, oh, look at all these blue steel, blue red, and amber steel decks.
Yeah.
There's nothing else out there. Oh, who's playing green steel? Nobody, because
Right.
they're getting smoked by all the other decks. So now they don't have the stats to back up banning Prince John. Now, with the field being open, it's like, well, what else? Prince John,
crazy.
I wish
Prince John plus Snowfort.
I wish we had a scheduled ban announcement.
Yeah.
Because we could know if the CCQ was going to happen, and then they were like, if they were going to make a decision after the CCQ, if they were going to ban something. Because like, what if they just ban something because the CCQ is like 50% Prince John? And then they ban Prince John.
I played one match of Infinity, and I was like, oh yeah, Beast is kind of a pain in the butt. Gets answered by Cheshire Cat, oddly enough, but
yeah.
Can you guys stop?
There's so many card interactions.
We're giving away all of Elijah's list
I'm gonna cut this out.
Oh,
well, don't worry.
Oh.
If people listen to the pod like they're supposed to.
That's right. You heard it here first.
But yeah, like I said, I just think it was an extreme response very quickly.
It's interesting, but we all knew it
should happen. I mean, it happened in core. You should have seen it coming. Like,
right.
Honestly.
So my other thought though is, so are they just making this core constructed plus? Like, are we literally just reverting? Are we just going through history again? Are we going back to what we were playing? How many months ago is that?
But I think just removing Hiram, no. I don't think so.
But like,
I know it was only one game, but I played one match against Green Steel, the standard list, and I beat it with Purple Steel with no old cards.
It was not the standard list. Hold on, you told me about this matchup. That was not a standard Green Steel list.
It was a standard green Steel.
Were they playing Diablos, Hidden Coves?
They were playing
Prince John.
Like, they were
Diablos,
playing some
Hidden
weird cards.
Coves, Ursulas, Let It Goes, Beast.
Wait,
let
the
Storm Rage on. Yeah.
Let the Storm Rage on that one. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yep.
The only things that seemed like they were tech cards were like ×1 Lucifer.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like he's
definitely a
leaving
card.
out stuff from the
But that's
story
what
he told me.
Eric played. Eric played Lucifer when he went really far in that one DLC.
Yeah, but it wasn't like anything out of left field. Like Lucifer used to be played in that deck
Right.
here
Okay,
and there.
I will also say I don't think we can take your one game.
I know. I'm saying it was just one game, but still, the fact
Yeah.
that I was able to beat it
Just
with the purple steel
anecdotally,
that I
yeah.
brought on Monday.
Well, that's it.
And it was a
Speaks to
bad
the
purple
volume
steel, but
of
like
the new cards that we have. Like those cards
Demona.
hold well against the old stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the gargoyles really shift that match,
Yeah.
especially Demona.
I don't know.
Let
Uh,
me top deck Demona, draw 3
We're
cards.
gonna have
Now
to
I
play
can
some
kill your
Infinity
Prince John.
games. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're gonna have to, but like these are things that I just can't imagine playing out how it is, and we need to get the reps to see how it actually plays out.
I think we just got to we need to get everybody to pick a color pairing and kind of test so we can get a bunch
Yeah.
of different matches in. Obviously, people can swap and stuff, but I think if we can just like base level in the beginning, get everybody on a different color pairing, it
Yeah,
would be
I think
very beneficial.
maybe we need to
Mind
talk
you,
to one
there's
of
one
our
set to go.
yeah.
Yeah, we still have Wilds Unknown. I mean, that could change it up completely too.
It won't. It won't.
Who knows? We might get another version of Muses.
80% of the cards that people are playing are from the first 4 sets. Probably. That's actually not true, but from the first 8 sets maybe.
Yeah.
I think I just think it's a little weird. But so I have how excited are we to test yay as one of the things on my note. Because the yay is sarcastic, because like I don't want to test the format if it's all old stuff, but I'm cool testing the format if it's like completely new, but also if it's completely new, it's like a huge puzzle to figure out.
That's what it is. It's a
Yeah.
huge puzzle
No,
to figure
but
out, which is why I'm thrown off by why you're not so excited by it.
because the
Yeah.
puzzle doesn't have an actual answer. There was no designed answer. It's just it's probably not whatever answer you find is
But do
probably
you
not
want there
actually going
to
to be
be a
real.
design answer, or do you want there
Yes.
to be pieces that you can fit that can
Yes.
fit different
No,
ways than others?
I think this is why I was
Because
saying I like core
do you want
constructed
the answer
more.
to be do you want the answer to be here's the 3 decks that you can use? If you're not using one of these 3 decks, like what are you doing?
No, well, hold on. So this is why I said I like core constructed. Because core constructed, they clearly have a way that they design the set to work with the other sets, and they purposefully put certain decks on top. And so like we see that now with like certain decks getting the upgrades, like Demona and purple and Let It Go coming back and stuff like that. So we see that they want these decks on top, but then it's like the job of the people to like we have the target of what is the decks, and then we're finding the tier 1, the tier 1s, the tier 2s, and then like some of the tier 3s, and seeing if we can push them higher. But like I think with the just insane variety, there's no way they figured out if those decks can push higher to be tier 1, and it's just going to become a problem if decks just start bouncing out of nowhere, and it's going to make preparing for a tournament hell. That's what I'm scared of. I want there to be a direction for the preparation, and that's why I think we need to start now, because I have 0 direction on my preparation. Like obviously I laid out that plan for you guys earlier, but like I don't actually have a direction. It's just like gonna be like throwing stuff at a wall until we see. So I don't know. There. I also had Elijah rants about how he doesn't like this format. So there we go. I got that one too. We can check that off.
Check.
Yeah. I mean, you
Uh,
can argue with what I just said.
Oh no argument. As always, you're always entitled to your thoughts. Opinions are valid. That's how every person enjoys their card games. I just find enjoyment from chaos, from a wide open format.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you
And
a
I know
question
you're
then.
saying, "Oh, go ahead."
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can. I'll save my question. I'll type it down.
All right. No, I was just gonna say, like, I love Hiram being banned because it's such a crutch for people. It's like, let me just throw this deck together because I know it'll at least do its thing. Oh no, I took out your one card combo. What will I ever do? Like, think of another way to do the same deck. You think DKP is not going to come up with another red blue deck? Like, you think like the players that are out there are not going to come up with new decks? That's what I look forward to. Like all the new stuff, even like the Marquises of the world from Syracuse. Shout out Syracuse. Like they're gonna come up with this spice. I'm gonna come up with spice. We're all gonna like just play test and figure stuff out that's consistent but fun. Consistent but fun. Maybe not even fun. Maybe they're just not fun. Maybe I'll find a broken discard combo or something like that because that discard isn't fun. What about Ruby? Not Ruby. Amber Steel. Just cycling whole new world. Jafar combo. What if there's a consistent Jafar combo now? So like, what's going to happen with all of these things that are wide open now? It's like I'm excited to see what can and cannot happen.
Completely agree with Ivan. Because in an event like this, the people that dedicate their life to this game, they can't prepare for the random spice that Ivan's going to build, or the random spice that someone from this side of the world is going to build.
But I'm
It's
saying,
going
how
to
is that
open the
like?
gate. It's going to open, if they're truly a good player, which is what they did at Worlds when they did the sealed format, it's going to open the gates for people that are good at card games, not just good at following a meta.
Well, yeah, but
Yes.
so you should like dedicating yourself to the game and figuring out that format should then not lead to you getting completely smoked by something else in the format. Like then you're not getting rewarded for the amount of preparation you put in.
Yeah, but all the pro players get smoked too. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah, but
uh,
by
what's
variance.
his name? Yeah, but that's what that variance is. Variance is those other decks, those rogue decks. That's what causes variance.
Well, sure, but I mean, like card games inherently are just variance based.
Right. So all the good players are going to go for what's the most consistent thing that they can play. In general, when you play at a top level, you're generally not constructing a deck that is answering problems. You're constructing a deck that is the problem. Like Dogs isn't teching for another matchup. They might tech like one or two cards for the mirror match or something like that. But for the most part, Dogs is the problem. And
Hmm.
it's consistently the problem that other decks have to answer. Right?
Yeah.
Um Blurple, like, and when you think about something, okay, let's just take Red Steel. Red Steel doesn't necessarily create problems. It's just there to try to solve problems over and over again. Like, I'm going to run this to answer this deck. I'm going to run this to answer this deck. I'm going to run this to answer this deck. Generally speaking, the most consistent decks are the ones that can consistently make the problem status over and over again, and the opponent has to answer those problems. I don't know if that actually makes sense, but
No, it
that's the
does.
way I view it.
I think it does.
What was your question, though?
Oh, my question was if you like enjoy the idea of infinity and like figuring out this puzzle, like why are we not pushing to play it more in the area or online and
Oh,
testing?
because we didn't have to.
Right. So you don't like it enough to actually play it. Just enough to play it when you have to.
Well, the game isn't modeled to follow Infinity and doesn't make it
Yeah.
more. It doesn't make it easier for new players to play Infinity.
Wait, hold on. That's what I'm saying though. The
No,
game
no.
isn't modeled for this.
Yeah,
But I'm
but
saying no, I'm saying the company doesn't model the structure of what they want to do around Infinity. So
But they're trying
they're
to.
not going to tell stores to run their events as Infinity. They're just going to say core constructed. They're doing these big events probably to see if they can do Infinity. which I think they tried to start by doing the whole new world thing, like where they were like, come to an Infinity event and get a whole new world
Yeah,
promo.
I don't think if you're actually trying to test it though, you're only gonna do one thing and then drop it for months and then do another big thing and like be like, oh, maybe this will be successful and we can continue to do it.
I guess one of the reasons why we haven't been playing Infinity is one, there is no store support for it. But two, when it comes to like set champs and whatnot, those are all core constructed events, and that's like the closest one. The events that we travel to go do, the DLCs, the basically all the tournaments that we would want to do are all core constructed. So why would I play Infinity when I want to, one, have fun playing core constructed, but two, that's where all the support is. If I'm going to play Infinity now, it's going to be because there's 2 tournaments coming up that I'm going to, and I'm trying to prepare for
Yeah,
that.
I agree. And so my only thing is we are only playing this format because we have to. Because the company said
Yeah,
if you want to participate in this event, you have to play this format. And otherwise we would just not be engaging with this format at all.
and I'm okay with that. I've had X amount of tournaments I could have gone to, which I did. Well, I didn't go to all of them. I only was able to go to 2 of them. But like, I had my fun. Now, here's my 1 tournament or 2.
I
1
guess my
DLC and
question
1
is
CCQ.
if there's an option at DLCs, like let's say in the third cycle of DLCs that we're about to start, Infinity and Core Constructed are separate events. Do you think one would hold more than the other?
Core constructed, 100%.
But I'm saying if they made Infinity a format that was more like happened more often, I should say, like it's coming up more, I feel like more people would lean to that because of owning all the older cards and wanting to play cards that they love from older sets.
I don't think so.
I
But
think
like
Core
this is just
Constructed,
speculation.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I think there's going to be a larger player base for Infinity as time goes on than there will be for Core Constructed.
I would disagree. I just don't think we actually see that as the pattern in games. In
Yeah, I
general.
don't know if I would agree with that sentiment because I feel like for the game to stay healthy, it's got to get new players, and new players are going to play core constructed.
I just think the
Over
format that
time,
most people will engage with is core constructed.
yeah, because over time you're going to think about who has access to Rapunzel's, who has access to Beasts, who has access to Robin Hoods. It's going to be, unless they start reprinting more often, but it's going to be the people that have those cards.
I think as people start experiencing their first rotation, it's going to add more to Infinity than people are thinking.
Maybe. I guess we'll see. I mean, the game is
I think
young,
it's hard right now because, yeah, you're right. How are these people getting their Rapunzels and their Beasts and their
I don't even think that's the problem though.
that? Yeah, but there's cards you need to compete in Infinity, and you're right. New players aren't going to be able to get a hold of those cards as easily. I mean, you can on TCG Player because they're cheap now.
on a
But
positive note, it keeps the deck cards not cheap. Keep their value. They keep some of their value.
Yeah. So, but I just think a lot of people will enjoy Infinity more than I think you're speculating they will.
Yeah, and I think
think
I'm
the
just
more
I think I'm
competitive,
gonna just disagree with that in general. But like I don't
I think
think
the
you can
more
convince me
competitive
of
nature of a player, you're gonna like Core Constructed because you're setting these sets, and that's it. Plain and simple. It's not like these are gonna be the best decks. That's it. In Infinity, it's not like that. Infinity, it gives everybody a shot. It's gonna be more accessible to players that have been playing for a long time because they have all the cards. New players, not so much. I don't think new players are going to enjoy Infinity at all because they're going to be like, I don't want to pay all this money to get all these old cards.
So with Infinity, you're not targeting competitive players and you're not targeting new players. That's so that's just where I find this to be like in a weird spot. You know, I just
Mm.
don't I don't know. I don't think I can be convinced unless going to this event, it's like insane how balanced it is, and everybody watching this event makes them want to play it a lot, and then they say like, oh, now you can make your set champs core constructed or infinity, or midway through a set, we're gonna hold a different kind of event that's not called a set champ, but it's infinity. Or we do smaller events that are only infinity.
Infinity champs.
Just something like, I think if it's
So
like, you can't
if
just target the
Lorcana,
people that are um like somewhere in the middle of competitive and casual.
I think if Lorcana does something where they don't support Infinity until like next year around the same time, one DLC, then as soon as this event finishes, Infinity falls off the map again. No one's gonna play it at locals. No one's
100%.
gonna do it at stores.
You're right, because
But
there's no reason to.
yeah,
Like
And
I've
yeah, there's no
mentioned
reason to.
before. Yeah.
and I don't think people feel the drive to do anything about it on their own.
Well, yeah, because why are you going to play an
Yeah.
event when there's no benefit to playing that format? Like Ivan was saying, unless you're just literally doing it for fun,
Right.
which people do for fun.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, but
Yeah.
as
I
competitive
know I
players,
don't do it for fun.
right.
The only reason I don't do it for fun is because for me it's not fun to play with the same cards we've seen for the last X amount of years.
I'm so
Yeah.
confused. Wait,
No, that's why I don't play it for fun. But if we're talking about it's been a year since I've seen someone play Beast, then yeah, it'll be nice to play this one event this one time and see how that mixes in with everything else that's happened.
but
How does Tremaine now interact with Cheshire Cat? I can Madame Medusa or
I feel like
Cheshire.
that's so
I don't know.
annoying
It's
to
so
prep
random.
for as like a competitive player trying to do well at
Oh
an event.
yeah,
Like, that's such an annoying event to prep for.
yeah. It's going to be super annoying, but that's for me part of the puzzle.
I think you're a masochist.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
I
went
don't
back to
know.
the Elijah rants about how he doesn't like this format.
Well, I guess my question is, do you not think it's more? I guess hold on. How do I want to say this?
Yeah, take your time. Ivan, how
I
was your
know
oh,
I know you want to experience more of a challenge in Lorcana because that's what you said. You felt like you're getting burnt out because you felt like it was the same
Mhm.
over and over again.
Mhm.
So would this event not fulfill that for you? I guess I'm asking. Like Ivan saying, there's so many puzzles to solve. Are you saying it's too much for you to solve?
I'm
And that's
saying I don't think there actually really is a solution that anybody can get to. And I think what you think is right, just the fact that it can be completely blown out by somebody just picking something different is like,
So here's a
that makes
question
it
for
very
you.
hard to make me want to go to an event.
If if indie happens and the same pro players get to the top, would you consider that them being able to solve the unsolvable problem?
I would have, I don't even know, because I don't think enough people are testing this. And I think the pro players are testing it because of this one event. So I think that is then where the edge in testing the format comes up, but not finding an answer. Like, then I just think the people that have tested it for longer will always have more knowledge of what's good or not. And then, like, the people that are new just get left behind. But I guess that's also why Core Constructed's good. And I don't know if that made a lot of sense. And Austin is asking us for $8,200.
Oh, okay, sure.
I mean, why not?
what.
That's it. That's at least one Mickey.
I mean, if he gives me my trip to Indy, then yeah, I'll give him 8,200, I guess. I don't even know if it's dollars. I just saw the number.
8,200 Nautilus
Yeah.
promos.
No, he wants 8,200 enchanted vanilla piece. Probably.
Yeah, that checks out.
I
Well,
think
princesses, brother.
I think you're just afraid of the format, and that's why you're saying it's bad.
well, that's why we're gonna test it.
I think you're afraid that there's not an answer, and you want there to be an answer.
Yes, that's why I play Core Constructed. The fear
But
of
don't you want to
You hated
challenge?
the fact that Core Constructed had an answer.
Had an answer, exactly.
no,
An answer.
I hated the fact that Core Constructed had an answer or has an answer that has been solved for multiple months and multiple sets.
Right, but the thing with Infinity is you'll have an answer until the next set comes out, and then it's going to be a
That's
new
just not-
problem.
No, that's Core Constructed. I
Well, no,
don't
you
think
just
that I
said
don't
for
think that
many,
new
many
cards
months
change
Core
it.
Construct. Because think of it like this: how many sets have we had the meta that we have right now?
9-ish? 8?
Right.
Yeah.
You think 8 sets we've had the same meta?
Ever since rotation. It's been the exact same.
That's only 3 sets then.
That's only 3 sets.
How many months is that? 8?
I said how many sets. I didn't say how
Oh.
many months. Yeah.
Sorry.
So if we've had the same format for this many months, that means we've had the solution for that long. And if we're adding a new set, do we really think Wilds Unknown is really going to change Core Constructed's
It will change
meta
Core
that much?
Constructed more than it changes Infinity just because of the card pool. Just because of the size of the card pool.
No, I don't think the meta is going to change that drastically until rotation. I'd have to disagree. I think Infinity is going to change more than Core Constructed will in a cycle of decks.
I think that's crazy because, like, how much did it really change when we were playing with 5 sets? Like, when we got set 9, let's say set 10. Let's say Fable doesn't count. Let's say set 10. When we got set 10, how much did that change Infinity from what it was before? Not a lot, because the same decks were at the top. When we got set 11, how much did it change? Not a lot, because the same decks were at the top and they had to ban Hiram.
We don't actually know because nobody was playing Infinity back then.
And nobody's playing it now.
Well,
That's
they're
what I'm saying.
going to.
It's been like, yeah,
I think we
in
all
2 weeks.
we all agree that people are only playing the format because they are being forced to play the format if they want to go do an event. And I
Yes.
think we can all agree on that. And I don't think that's really a format I want to interact with, where the only time I ever want to play it is when I'm being forced to enjoy the competitive side of the game.
Okay.
That would be my conclusion on that. On my actual thoughts on Infinity. But now,
You
like,
hate that you have
on
to interact with
the
it
format.
because you're being forced to.
Right, because we wouldn't be. Like, I hate that to go to a DLC soon, I have to go to Infinity. So if they just sprinkled Infinity ones in alongside a bunch of Core Constructed ones instead of having 3 in the US and one of them is Infinity.
Oh, like if you had 2 DLCs going on at the same time, like one in New York and one in California, and one was Infinity and
This
one
is
was
kind of what Ben
regular?
was saying, yeah. Or like,
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
like,
So like
if
in
you
the
just
third
have more
cycle,
events, like if you have like, let's say like, you'd have to end up changing your competitive circuit a lot. But like if you did like, let's say 12 events in the US, 9 of them were Core Constructed, 3 of them were Infinity, then I would be like, fine, everybody else can go play Infinity. Like, I
well,
just
now
won't
let
interact with it.
me ask you.
No. Okay. Sorry, you cut out a
lied.
little.
Yeah, sorry. So let me ask you this: if there were to be a 9, let's say 9-3 split, like
Yeah.
let's say that's the magic number, would the Infinity and the Core Constructed then compete at nationals against each other
Yes.
in the same nationals?
Yes. I think
I
you
See-
compete. I think that you would have to make the competitive circuit the formats, because then I think nationals would be a split of both of the formats.
So you would have to compete in an Infinity format, and you would have to compete in a core constructed at nationals.
Correct. I think you would have, if you wanted Infinity to wait. This kind of goes against what I was saying because I don't want to be
Yeah.
forced to play Infinity.
That's what I'm
competitively.
saying. So what I was gonna say, this was my idea. You run a 12 circuit series in the U. This is just the U.S. We're not talking about the world. It's easier to break it down in the U.S. U.S. and Canada. You run a 12 circuit series, 6 and 6, 6 core, 6 Infinity. People can go to whatever event they want. You then run nationals on an Infinity bracket and a core constructed bracket, and then you have a world champion of Infinity and a world champion of core
And
constructed.
that's just playing two different formats completely in the game, and then I think you're splitting your player base.
Well, they're
Mm,
splitting their player base anyways now because people don't want to play
Right,
Infinity.
right, and I think you'll just end
So
up.
why not?
Then I think
Why not
Infinity would end
then?
up dying anyway, and then core constructed would just be.
I don't
bigger.
think Infinity would end up dying because the people that can't get into core constructed would then get into Infinity, and then they would put their
Right, but if
time
the
into
core
just
constructed
playing
cards
the
are
Infinity circuit.
fixing, if the core constructed cards are changing the Infinity meta, then you need the core constructed cards so that core constructed would change. So like, they wouldn't have trouble getting the core constructed cards. Does that make sense? I think you have to have them compete at the same nets. Unfortunately. But if I did well enough at a core constructed event that then you were like, okay, now you have to interact with this format you don't want to interact with. Then it's like, okay, fine. I'm like good enough at the game that I can go to Nats. Like
I
I'll
feel
suck it
like
up.
Infinity should be used like it's being used right now, where it's an option, a gateway
That
to getting to
right
nationals and worlds, which are core constructed.
only. So you think Infinity should only be at the lowest tier of event?
DLC.
Yeah, I guess we consider a DLC as the lowest tier of a Lorcana event besides a CCQ.
And like a set champ, but I don't think that. But like
I would
competitive,
say
I think your competitive circuit is DLC and CCQ.
I would say to Ivan's
I would
point,
keep Infinity to DLC. I think
Then I
that
just
is my
don't.
opinion.
if it's a entry level DLC, I'm not saying a DLC is entry level. I just think a DLC, like you said, is an entry level thing. I think you make it a part of the world's format, like the World Championship. Like they have to be able to compete in all formats of the game. So a sealed, an
Okay.
Infinity, and a core.
So I know you hate it. Flesh and Blood did this, and I just want to use this anecdotally because Flesh and Blood literally did this. They
Yeah.
have CC, which is their main format, and then they
Mhm.
have Living Legend.
Mhm.
And they decided that they would have events throughout the year that were Living Legend events that now get you an entry into the competitive circuit. And then at I believe it was a Pro Tour stop. So like their events, they go like they were like battle hardens and callings, and those can get you invites to like the Pro Tour, which are bigger events. So there's like Pro Tour Yokohama coming up. So that's like the big one where a ton of people in the world will go to. And that's a tier 3 event. And then a tier 4 is like Worlds. So like you keep going up, but they have a ton of smaller events. Like there's probably like one every other week of smaller events that people can go to as an option. So they said, okay, we're going to make some of those Living Legends. So that's like us saying, okay, we're going to make like 16 events or something Infinity. Then at the Pro Tour, they had the competitive players play CC and Living Legend throughout the day. It was like first X amount of rounds was CC, then they went to Living Legend, and then they went back to CC. They no longer play Living Legend in their competitive formats. Living Legend is like no longer in their competitive circuit at all. because it didn't do well. And like I think that's kind of happening now. Flesh and Blood did it considerably later than Lorcana is doing it, which could be a good and a bad thing. It could be a good thing because everybody's saying people would be more interested in the format if they just released it later. And then there's like this other thing, well, if they start it now, maybe they can get the backing of the player base to be invested in this format. But like, just saying this has happened in another game and they no longer do it. So, and they had significantly more Infinity events or Living Legend events. Their competitive players just did not like it.
I guess that warrants the question. If they had enough events to handle the want for events, so like let's say there's 50 events in the year, would the Infinity ones fill up?
I don't think so. You're
So
saying
let's
if
say
they also
there's-
had an equal amount of core constructed events?
Yeah. I'm saying 25 core constructed DLCs in the US next year. But there's also 25 Infinity DLCs. Do you think the Infinity ones would not fill up?
No.
Or let's make it a step further. Let's say these are requirements to get into DLCs. So let's say it's a smaller statewide thing. Each state has a thing. The top 20 people top 50, whatever, that get in.
Yeah, Disney
go.
Lorcana Quest.
Yeah.
Your entry into a DLC.
Go to the DLC. The DLCs are regional, so it's the East, the Northeast, the Southeast, that kind of thing. Do you think Infinity events would be more popular or no?
More popular than what? Like in
I'm not
relation
saying,
to what?
sorry, let me not say more popular than core constructed. Do you think they would be popular and people would actually go to the events?
Less than core constructed.
Yeah. But do you think they would fill up?
No. I don't think, maybe the first couple of the year. I think you would see it dwindle by the end, and I don't think people would really do it until like maybe right at the very end when people really want their invite and they miss their like CC ones.
Ivan?
I don't know. I think I said what I needed to say on Infinity.
I think a lot of this at this point is speculation. And like I feel like we've probably made our opinions known.
I mean, no matter what, if Lorcana doesn't support the format, it's not going to survive. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, core constructed will
Agreed.
always be what people play.
Right. And I think we should put our effort into making our core constructed circuit the best that we can and the most popular that we can. And
I think,
I'd
yeah,
be
and I
okay
think,
with one DLC a year.
well, and what I was going to say is I think where they went wrong was making this a DLC. I think they should have just made an Infinity event.
I think
That was like,
yeah, I would
go
agree
to
with
this
that.
event and you can get really cool stuff.
I'm okay with I'm okay with one Infinity event a year if you have significantly more core constructed events than we did this season. So one Infinity
Yeah.
event a season, if you have like 8 core constructed DLCs
Yeah.
at least. And the
Yeah.
Infinity event has exclusive promos.
I was going to say, I think you make the Infinity event just an event. Like,
Yeah.
don't make it a DLC for your Nats and Worlds. Make it an event where people can go either get different promos or the same promos, but still make it like the winner's going to get a golden Mickey. And like, you are the champion of the Infinity event. Don't, you know, I don't think you need to make it its own DLC. I think you just
like that because
make it an Infinity.
Yeah, I feel like that's
thing.
more of like a celebration of the sets that we've had instead of like
Exactly.
forcing your competitive players to play
And
this.
actually, to your point, you probably could just make it its own promo line and promo mats. That way,
Of
it
old
has more
cards.
incentive. Yeah, more incentive of people to go. And then you could do like Riftbound, where it's like best of color pairings. So like, oh, you did the best on Amber Steel. You're gonna get this exclusive Amber Steel card and stuff like that. Make it more of a celebration of Infinity, and then I think people would enjoy it more.
I would
Because
agree with
I
that.
think that would be such an awesome event to go to with your friends.
Because if I wasn't at the 2K that Ivan and I went to, I would have gone to the Infinity event for the Whole New World promo.
Yeah.
Because I think it would have just been fun to just like have that day to test and play the decks.
Yeah.
But like I was more excited to play Green Steel in that than I am to test it for this competitive.
Yeah. And I think that's because it's holding the same weight as a core constructed DLC, but now you're being forced to go
Right.
into
And
a blind situation.
right, and that's where I don't think it should be the same as core
Yeah.
constructed. So yeah, I would agree with you. I think that's a good. Yeah, that was just good.
I think that's
Like,
just a way to, if they want Infinity to be a thing, make it its own celebration thing. Do Infinity events throughout the year so people can practice Infinity, and then once or twice a year, so maybe like in, make them 6 months apart, whatever those months are, and make it a celebration event where, oh, you've been doing Infinity events all year so you can practice for Infinity, come to this event and there will be prizing for the top however many players, and then like they do at DLCs.
yeah,
So
I think I would enjoy that more personally.
and then the competitive players that don't care about the prizing, like playmats and cards, don't have to go. But the people that are collectors and stuff would want to go to these events.
I like it personally. Ivan. All right, we
Thumbs
solved it.
up.
Yeah.
Hire us.
Solved. Good job.
But
Well
I
done.
think that
Solved.
that way it doesn't force competitive players into something they don't feel ready for. Because like you said, okay, time to stop playing Core Constructed today. I have 2 months to figure out Infinity. You're not going to figure that out in 2 months. It's not
Yeah,
possible.
and to be fair, I don't know how other competitive players feel about this. I haven't watched like a lot of content about how people feel about this. So this is
Yeah.
really just my thoughts, not influenced by much. Uh, and this could be like not community consensus, I guess.
Oh, so like the Hero ban.
Wait, what about it?
You're just speculating.
That it happened?
You're just speculating that Infinity is not going to be good and people don't like it. Just like Hero was too
Yes.
overpowered.
Well, I mean, yes. It's all speculation because we haven't had an event.
Exactly.
But I think since we haven't had an event, it's kind of unreasonable to then have an event that carries the same weight as a CC, like as a CC event.
DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we solved it, and I think really that just leaves the final question. Are we bringing Jafar to Indy, Ivan?
I'm bringing airfoil. What are you talking about?
God damn.
Dude.
Leaking
Man,
it on the
Ivan.
pod.
Yeah, dude. If people saw this airfoil deck that Ivan's talking about, you'd go insane. It's a nightmare. And people are probably like, airfoil? Ooh,
Airfoil?
what's
That card's
airfoil?
trash. You
Yeah.
don't know the horrors.
It's horrible. It's so bad.
Oh, there's so many new spells.
Oh, get out of here, please. Malicious meaning scary. Malicious meaning scary. Draw a card. I would never do that.
Oh, the fact that you can double sing Malicious Mean and Scary with
Yeah.
Ursula now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was so excited.
That actually sounds so good.
All right.
All right. I'm okay to end there.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end it. We solved what they
Yeah.
should do about their competitive circuit, and Ivan's playing airfoil, so everything's as it should be. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave your question of the episode down in the comments below. We'd love to read it. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.